What up, y'all? It's your boy Can Too. If I can, you can too. And this is Ridin High Sports coming live from Ridin High Podcast Studios. We got a great episode today. Let me tell you, we got a future legend in the building. Somebody that's a champ. He's on his way. He's on the come up. He's doing his thing. This is going to be a crazy show. Get ready. You might get knocked out after it's done with this because Hitman Holcombe is in the building, baby. Oh, and you already know we got a co-host, Lucky Lamar.
What it is. How y'all doing?
Can't forget Arson Banks in the building.
What's up?
Man, I know you've been jamming his music, but I don't think y'all understand about Hitman right here. Dude is just bananas. The next greatest thing coming out of Corpus in boxing, the next greatest thing in boxing from what I've seen. I'm thankful for having y'all on the show. We've been trying to get you for a minute. I know it's been going crazy with your training and everything you're doing. Appreciate you coming in today, man. I really do. You and everybody, how y'all doing today?
We good, man.
We good. Just got off of practice, putting in hard work.
Already, man. How's practice been going? How's it been treating? How you been approaching what's going to happen this weekend?
Good. Practicing on the game plan and hard work.
There you go. For people that don't know, man's got a crazy weekend coming up. It's the 4th of July, so it's everybody celebrating. But hopefully at the end of the weekend, we're going to be celebrating him coming home with another belt, doing his thing. If you want to tell us a little bit about it, tell us what's going on this weekend.
We're fight.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, good.
I know, man. Look at this man. He coming prepared. He got his notes ready.
Bro.
He's doing his thing. Hey, man. He's
Fighting in the Gulf Coast National Championship. It's in Houston, July 4th through the 7th. I'm fighting that Saturday and Sunday.
There you go, buddy. There you go. So, like, me and Lucky were talking about this a couple of days ago when we wanted to bring you on and we wanted to talk about it. Lucky was the first one to even say to that man, like, what got you interested in boxing?
Well, my dad brought me into it. We were watching fights and I started liking it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what's up. It was just a little father-son bonding time, how just bunch of things. You remember who the people you were watching?
Like old school fighters like Sugar Ray, Mike
Okay.
Tyson.
Ooh, those are couple
Those are the
names
good
right
ones.
there, boy.
Yeah.
Good job, Pops.
Yeah, there you go.
Teach 'em right.
Teaching them.
Yeah, you got to give them the culture.
Got
Right,
to.
exactly.
Okay. So, I got a question for you, Hitman. Who would you say would be your favorite legend, and who's your favorite current?
Legend and Sugar Ray.
Ooh.
Current. Probably Terrence Crawford or
Oh, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
My guy. Don't nobody want to smoke with Bud.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
That's Buddy right there.
Yeah,
That's my guy.
He the GOAT right
Yeah, he is, bro. Like, and the thing I love most about Terrence, bro, is he starts out orthodox when he's a natural southpaw. He will fight, like if it's a 12-round fight, the first 6, he's going to come out and he's going to let you get your game plan and he's going to flip the whole script on you. Now you got to start back over.
Yeah.
Like, that's tough.
And it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
To do. People think it's just, I know you just switching your feet from one. But, to train yourself to respond to punches in the opposite, that's the more complicated thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks it's a different feel. It's like, I guess the equivalent, I'm looking at the skateboard. If you skateboard this way and then try to go goofy, it ain't the same.
Yeah, you can't go regular to goofy.
Everything changes. And so for Terrence to be able to do, he might be the greatest all the time.
It's
You ain't get no
wild.
argument for me.
He might be greater than Floyd, though. That's what I'm saying. He might be. He might be greater. Skill wise, he might be the greatest all the time.
Yeah, like,
I don't know though. It's like, man, it's right. That's how good he is though, for sure.
and put for the people who've never tried boxing, I was one of them. I put the wraps on, I put the gloves on. I'm like, man, let me get some cardio in. So I tried to switch and fight southpaw. Bro, I hit that heavy bag and my hook was going behind it. I almost broke my wrist, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna switch back, bro.
Yeah,
it's difficult, bro.
And he do it like, Hitman been working on it. Hitman switch hitting now, so yeah. And that's another thing. Terrence is like, if you look at the amateurs, that whole camp, Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Shushu, they whole camp is changing what American boxing look like in the amateurs.
Facts.
It's changing what it looks like. It's changing how we train. Those fighters along with Tank and Derrick James alone is changing just the whole look of boxing.
Facts. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So, Hitman, when did you first start? Like, what age were you? Were like, all right, let's start boxing. Dad, let me start training. I want to do this for real.
8.
8.
Wow.
8 years old. What got you motivated to do that? What in your head you having like a cool dream? Like, you know what? I woke up, I saw myself as a champion, or you were just like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You were just like, I'm ready. That's what's up. How did it feel that first ever time he was in the gym? That first ever time you got to lace him up. How did it feel training?
It felt good.
It good? Did it wear you out that first day?
Or we were kind of practicing to
Uh-huh.
get my stance right and stuff.
There you go. It takes time. It takes time, and that's awesome. And I'm glad you started at 8. You love it, and it's really cool. When you start at 8, how quick do you start getting into competitions? How quick do you start doing matches, or did it take a while? What was the process in that?
Or I got my technique down,
Uh-huh.
started training, working out, and then I got my first fight.
Yeah, you remember your first fight? How was it?
It was good, but I lost.
You lost. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Your first fight is the first time you get up in there and you have the courage to do what you got to do. That's what it's all about. Do you remember that first time when you got in there? Did you have some butterflies? Were you nervous?
Yeah,
or?
I was nervous a little bit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. The first time I was ever on stage, I had butterflies and I was nervous like anything. And the one question I wanted to ask is, do you still get that same butterflies, but is it in a good way now?
Yeah, sometimes I get butterflies, but not really.
Yeah, but you just excited because you just ready for that's what it is
Yeah.
now. Yeah, that's awesome. That means you just starting to love it and you coming into it and you just the anticipation of what's gonna happen. You're just about to enjoy, and that's awesome. I love that. So that first time you started getting into, you started fighting. How did you come up with the name Hitman?
You don't know?
I think my dad or my coach made it up for me.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I could see why, because I watched you in the videos. You in the street and doing it, man. You hitting them. You hitting them, man. That's how that's why I saw it. Like, to be honest, that's how I thought about it when I saw you were sparring and everything. I'd be like, man, he's hitting them, man. And I was like, man, that's Hitman right there, because he's doing his thing. I love it. Dad, what made you? Would you see in him at the age of 8 where you were just like, you know what? I think he's gonna like this boxing. I think this is gonna be a good suit for him.
Man, well, to be honestly,
Yeah.
or you want me to make it sound good for the podcast?
Nah, man, just be
1,000%.
100%.
Well, honestly, he couldn't catch too good. Like balls. Like,
It
he
happens.
couldn't catch the foot. I mean, not that it was bad. I was just like, man, he cannot catch these
Like,
balls.
football is not for us right
No,
now.
I don't know. Man, I
I
ain't
was the
saying-
same way.
I ain't
I was the
gonna say
same
that.
way.
He could throw it, and he athletic, he physical. He might be able
Yeah.
to play, but he couldn't catch it.
Yeah.
And we was just playing. We was just doing that, but father son stuff. So we was playing football, catching woo. So I remember my sister's friend. She bought him a boxing like speed bag thing for Christmas.
I think Ryan Garcia be using.
Yeah, like the thing Ryan
Yeah,
Garcia
yeah.
be going hitting. She had brought on one of those, and he started hitting that, and I'm watching. I'm like, man, that's kind of good hand-eye coordination. He was an 8, and then I knew a few combinations, so I'm showing him 1, 2, 3, 4. I showed him the basic punch scale, and then he was doing that, and it was just you could just tell it was innate ability.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. I got a question for you, Hitman. So being as you're 11, right?
Yeah.
How hard is it for you to stay disciplined as far as your diet, your training regimen, when all of your friends are like, hey, bro, let's go drink this soda. Let's go party. Like, let's have a birthday party type stuff. Like, how hard is that to say, I can't do that. I can't allow myself to be exposed to this. You know what I mean?
It's kind of hard, but I just got to stay disciplined and work at the gym. Because to me, the gym is fun.
That's what I'm
Heck yeah.
we don't got it right now where it's like a pew, 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 pew. Like that's how it need to be. You know what I mean? Like that's what's up, because a lot of kids at young ages don't have discipline like that.
A lot of adults don't got discipline like that.
You know, and you ain't lying. They ain't. So that's good to hear. That's good to see. That's awesome. So how many belts do you have? How many? What is your record and all your acclimates that you have right now?
I have 7 belts and
Hold on.
Can't come push the button. I got 7 belts. This man can lose 5 belts and still have 2.
Real.
That's crazy.
It's hard for me to find 1 belt in my closet. You got 7 belts. What?
Oh man! And how did you link up with Louis LV?
or what's it called?
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah. That's good. Oh, we gonna get on it. But so 7 belts. 7 belts, man. That is what's up.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. How do you fit them on all your arms? You get to fit them on all your arms? They on both sides?
Heavy.
They heavy? They better be heavy, because that's a champ right there. Man, only the top can get to do that.
And we trying to go get another one this weekend it's a big tournament, national tournament, the Gulf Coast National Tournament. So we get this big belt at 65, moving up in weight like that. It's gonna be a big deal. So we looking forward to that, excited about it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man, congratulations and all this, man. I know I see you always getting posted on socials, and you work hard, you stay practicing, you at it, you do a good thing on and off and out of the side of the ring, man. You're doing great. What's the message you got for maybe somebody out there like your age right now that want to get into boxing? How can they get into it?
Go to LV Boxing Club, and then if you want to box, stay disciplined and stay in the gym and hard work.
That's what's up. Yeah. So that's what we were gonna say. Like I was gonna say, I'm glad you brought that up. So talk about, how did you get involved with LV, and how did that all happen, and talk to us about that.
Well, tell them how it happened, Hitman. How it went down.
Well, first we went to practice, and our coach wasn't there, and we were waiting there for like 30 minutes. So my mom had got mad.
It happens.
And then she didn't want to go there anymore. So my friend, he boxed, and he knew someone off of Instagram, and it was him. And then we went to the gym and checked it out, and it was a good gym.
That's what's up.
And for me, my thing was that in the beginning, it was the coach, the gym that we was at, he was a good coach, real good coach, real good person. Mm-hmm. And it was just a matter of strategic wise, kind of what he was coaching wasn't kind of lining up with where I seen my son going, and kind of like the conversation, because we have conversations about boxing and where he was at, and and you can see it. It was just, he had a more of a forward, more straightforward, more aggressive style. My son kind of a little bit more counter punching, timing, finesse. And when we met LV, shout out LV, shout out Luis, LV Boxing Gym. But when we met him, kind of our philosophy on fighting just matched and jailed. And I grew a lot in learning from that union, as well as him, and it was just that's kind of how that happened, and it's still happening now.
So, what I took from that was like, where like trainers genuinely are very important to the development, especially of a young fighter.
Yeah,
and you got to make sure you have that right pairing, like not somebody that's just gonna be like, this is how I teach.
Yeah,
this is how you're gonna do it.
Right.
Deal.
Right.
That's what's up, man. Shout out LV.
Good coach.
So I've noticed in recent fights that you've had, in recent tournaments you've been, man, you get to somewhat experience almost on a professional level the way they photograph you, right? You get to step up in that thing that does like 360 around you. You get to do all the fights. You get to do the weigh-ins. Doing all that, does it feel cool, like when you see it on TV, knowing like, that's what I want, that's what it's going to be?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah? You like it? What's your favorite part when you do those kind of things?
Fighting in the 360 thing.
The 360 one? What's
Yeah.
your favorite pose? Like, show me. Show the people what's your favorite pose when you do that 360 thing.
I'm gonna be like Tank Davis right here.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
You see
okay.
that pose? Woo-hoo-hoo.
Hey,
That's
Hitman,
what I'm talking
I got a
about.
question for you. Okay. Let's say you finally turned pro, right? You done knocked out everybody in your way. Who would you want to be that champion that you take down?
Wait, say it again.
Who would you want to win your first championship off of? Like, would it be like a Tank or like a Canelo, or like who would you want to like be your first championship match at the pro level? Who would you want to beat?
Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Mad respect. Mad respect.
Why though? You feel like they they easy belts or what?
Devin Haney, yeah.
I can't disagree with
He said, I need a whole 10 of them belts. I'm going to get 8 this week and then like 2 more. Give them to me.
Man, he gonna have Bill Haney. Me and Bill gonna be into it.
Oh, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
crazy. But I respect it, bro.
So after this weekend, after this tournament, what's next on the cards for Hitman?
I think it's Games of Texas, right? Yeah, it's Games of Texas. I think that's on the 29th.
If August?
This month.
This month as well? Oh, okay. So you back to back. It'd be that quick that y'all fight like that. Oh,
Nah, I mean, some people fight more than others. Some people less than others. We just active right now. We busy right now, man.
what would be the norm for a kid like this? If
Man, it's so sporadic. It ain't
Okay.
I will say, like at the elite level, like the elite competition, those fighters fight more frequently than he does. You know what I mean? They ain't going to school. They private school.
Oh, yeah,
It's like 4 national. I don't know. It's 3, 4 national tournaments a year, and they going to all 4 of them. And those things might be in Kansas. Like the next one, the one that was just held was in where was it, Zay?
Kansas?
Was it? That was Kansas they just went to?
Yeah.
And then the one after that is gonna be Virginia now. In December they going to Virginia. And then they going and these kids is going to the same tournament kids is going to all these tournaments.
Yeah. They did. That's all they do.
That's all they do.
That's all
So
they do.
they got a lot of fights. Like you see, like Adrian Broner and Lomachenko and these dudes with these Shakur Stevenson, Tank Day. These dudes got 200, 300 fights.
Yeah.
400 fights by the time they go pro. They legends already.
Yeah.
In the boxing community, you
And
know.
do you think it's better to do all those fights or to space them out?
Man, it's like it's pros and cons to it because there's nothing gonna get you prepared to fight like a fight. You know what I mean? But at the on the back end, you get to improve that learning curve so much because of the comeback curve. You learn fast, but I mean, if you really thinking about going to the next level and being a pro, by the time you 24, you done had so many hits to the head.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just you got to kind of find a healthy medium, and then it depends on how the fighters fight. So like if you got a fighter who's fought 100 fights, but he kind of more finesse, he's not getting hit as much as a fighter who's coming straight in and take you out.
Yeah.
And he fought 100 fights. That's a lot of hits to the head.
Yeah. Got you.
So, but I just think you got to kind of find a balance and work with. It's not a definite answer because every fighter is different. Yeah.
It's and I guess it's a unique thing. It's or probably how you would say with anything like an individual sport.
The best thing
Tennis
about
or
Hitman,
golf,
though,
like,
as an individual, though, to answer it individually, I don't feel like he has. You got to keep him sharp, keep him in the gym. You know, sparring is important too. So, not necessarily an actual fight and getting up there getting fights, but just sparring and his ability to learn from watching and training allows him kind of to be able not to have to be so active so much as some other kids may have to be.
Heard that. So more of like a quality competition opposed to quantity of competition. Absolutely, I agree with that because that's very similar to what Floyd was saying. He go like when he was like, I'm not trying to end up like Muhammad Ali or like some of these older fighters who can barely say their name when they get retired.
I made him promise me he wouldn't do that, man.
See, respect that one.
I made him promise me he wouldn't do that because we watch him all the fighters, and we see like all our favorite fighters, and you looking at them speaking today, and it's like blah, 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 blah. Fighting too long.
It's crazy.
I got a question. So, hey man, do you ever think when you get up older, you'd want to do the Olympics?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Okay.
Hey man, trying to go make that money.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just curious. You know, a lot of people like Sugar Ray, like you said, you're harder. They did the Olympics, and they did it. It used to be a time of passage. We talked about this. A lot of people don't now, but I was just curious. At your age, do you think the Olympics are just important? Just being young and like, yeah, I like the Olympics, or like, and it's good for boxing, or I'd rather just try to do what I got to do so I can become a champ.
Probably just gotta do what I gotta do to be a champ.
Yeah, you got to stay focused. You got to keep moving, and I get that, and I think that's smart. But I was just curious if that ever crossed your mind, like, man, the Olympics one day, just in front of the whole world. You know,
So
that'd be cool.
You ever think about it?
I used to.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when you go to the Olympics, you take off the headgear. So you, in essence, you fighting a pro fight in a tournament style
As an amateur.
with no money.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
I understand that. I understand that. And I guess I've never thought about it like that. You just always known that's just what the route used to be.
Yeah, and
You know?
I mean, and I can't say that it's not beneficial. It's just a big risk because you could get hurt.
Yeah, no,
and
totally.
Like you can get hurt on a headbutt or something, then you got to fight the next day. Yeah. Whereas in the pro, like
it
it's
wouldn't
just
work.
it's not
It
even.
wouldn't fly.
Nah, and
those fights are back to back in the
Yeah,
Olympics. aren't they?
yeah, they are.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So half of winning the Olympics is 60-70% of it is just staying healthy.
It's got to
for the
it's
tournament.
It's kind of like a tough man.
Yeah.
Or what is it?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
Them
a
kids,
tough man.
them kids that's winning them tournaments are hurt by the my
Man.
phone going crazy. The kids that's hurt at the kids that's winning them tournaments all injured of some sort. I mean, you ask them to fight that many fights for at elite level. Them kids are good.
Yep.
And then some of them they fighting grown men too. Like them people from Cuba and them Soviet countries is
Yeah, they got some.
them dudes grown men.
Yeah.
They
I got a
can't
question
go
for you
to
too, Pops.
America.
So when it comes to like reaching a level like a top rank or a DSI or DAZA, is it more about skill level or popularity, would you say?
A combination of both. So it's like I guess if you was looking at it on the scale, like your skills. If you have a bunch of skills and no popularity, then your worth is the same as if somebody with a bunch of popularity and no skill.
Gotcha.
Now, if you you can get both up, but like that's kind of that's where it's at. Like, I mean, you look at somebody like Jake Paul, that's all popularity. Initially, when he first started, that was all popularity, and that was enough. That was enough to get him started. He getting paid more than people with way more skill. He's getting paid more than those professional fighters. He's a pro.
Respect it. I just brought Jake up. Like you said, that first fight, like when he first started, I was like, all right. But now, like you can tell he's putting in the time in the gym.
Yeah.
He's and the biggest thing is he's gaining respect for the sport.
Yeah.
Right. And he's starting to slowly but surely get better. That's why, like, when they were announcing the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, I was like, bro, honestly, with Mike's age and Jake's experience level at this point, it's a toss up, bro. Like, because once you step in those rings, in those ropes, anything can happen.
Yeah. Hitman didn't like it. He wasn't a fan of the fight.
Really? Why not? Tell us why not, Hitman.
Cause Jake Paul always fights old people.
He does.
UFC fighters. He don't fight real boxers, and he fought a real boxer and lost.
Yup.
Respect it. So you thought about doing MMA, Hitman?
Why not?
It's too dangerous.
You don't like them feet?
Champ, you ain't
But
lying, man.
boxing is dangerous though.
He can see a punch. He can't see a knee.
But the UFC more dangerous.
Yeah.
Respect it. I respect.
Yeah.
No, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
You had any knockout or no knockouts on your resume, right? Okay, now I got a question for you. How would you set up your dream knockout? That first one. What you doing? You throwing a jab with the uppercut? You going to the body first? How you setting up that first knockout?
Probably like throw my jab and then work the body.
Okay.
Okay.
So probably like a 1-4. 1 to the head, 4 to the body.
Okay. Y'all better watch out.
Yeah. He's not doing that this weekend. He was just practicing.
Yeah, because you know they watching.
You're right. You know they watching.
They
him.
watching.
They watching him. They watching him. He's setting y'all up. He's being smart. No, that's what's up, man. So we're going to keep going into this. We got some topics. We usually do some sport topics as well. What is, right off the bat, what's your favorite football team?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City
Hey, I
Chiefs.
respect
Hey,
it.
yeah. I like, who's your favorite player on that team?
Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes?
Okay. Yeah, we like them. Yeah, they doing great. They
My
doing
favorite player on
great.
the Chiefs is Taylor Swift, personally.
She definitely on the team.
Hey, she is on the team. She's on the team. That's what's up. All right, basketball. What's your favorite team?
The Bulls or the Lakers?
The Bulls
Bulls
or
or
the
the
Lakers? I like
Lakers?
that. I like that. I like
I was
that.
expecting the Golden State to fly.
Why you like the Bulls?
Because they had a lot of good players on that team.
Who's your favorite player on that team?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Man, I know I liked you. That's what I'm talking about. Lakers. Who do you like?
LeBron James.
LeBron James. LeBron James. He did his thing. His son just got signed to the Lakers, so they're gonna be the first ever father-son duo. That's gonna be really cool. Speaking of the NBA, if y'all heard, Chris Paul is now with the Spurs.
That's a good look.
It is. It's a great look. Wemby's gonna be catching a lot more lobs now. He gonna be really.
Yeah, that's a
going down
good
the
look.
court.
That automatically put them in a championship as a championship contender.
I agree.
They've been
think
giving
so.
a lot of flack to Chris Paul, but I feel like his contribution off the court and in the locker room and giving them boys that championship mentality
Yeah.
is undervalued. I think that's
I
been
agree with
undervalued.
you. I agree with you.
As an athlete, being in locker rooms,
You need that
you
vet.
need that.
And
You need
that's
that.
honestly
Somebody that's gonna hold you down.
Yeah.
facts. And for the Spurs, like they've needed that vet for a minute since who was it? Was Tim the last one to leave out of the big three?
Ginobili.
Was it? Or was it
I
Ginobili?
think
Like
so,
ever
Ginobili.
since that big three left, they have needed a vet in that locker room, bro. And for Wemby to get a vet the caliber of Chris Paul, who is gonna say, "Hey, look, I don't know what the other four y'all gonna do, but we gonna get this ball to Wemby and we gonna ride him until we get to this championship." And I low key think Chris Paul is setting up his next career because I can definitely see him coaching the Spurs.
That could be something. Him
Yeah.
going into coaching.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good
Get a year under Greg
premonition on it.
Popovich, actually learn how to run a team, construct an offense. He can
And
definitely do it.
where you get one team that looks like they got a lot of hope with Chris Paul, you got another team where it looks like what's going on. Golden State, Clay left. He's with Dallas.
So that's my
I don't
favorite
think that
team.
Man.
works.
I think so for sure.
You do?
Because Clay doesn't need the ball to score. So
Yep.
if he can work off of the and you know that Dallas is ball
Mm-hmm,
heavy. So when they own the ball, you can be last second shot clock
Yep.
going out, kick it out to.
You can be a Robert Horry.
It
You
opens
could-
the court
right?
up. It opens the court up, and then we need a consistent shooter as well as a solid defender.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he a good. I'm loving the fit, and I feel like it gives him more time to play because this role significantly lessens a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
This role is lessened. So now, before he was one of the options on the defender, they in the film room. They studying. Okay, we're gonna take Clay out. In that, when you play Dallas, you worried about that man and Kyrie,
Yep.
and then you're worried about. And as a third option, him the third best player on your team. It's always been a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, and he can shoot it.
It's proven.
He can let it rain. He can let it rain.
Yeah.
And he getting paid.
It's proven. If
Right.
Klay Thompson is the third best player on your team, I mean, you got
That's a pretty good deal.
championships. Yeah, it's a
It's
good
a
deal.
pretty good deal. Going from him getting paid to my man Jason Tatum getting paid over 300
Yeah.
mil.
Yeah.
a bag.
Yeah.
He secured himself.
Yeah.
That's life changing.
We taking care of Deuce.
Yeah. I feel like JT really kind of like he's good, man. I don't want to say nothing bad about the man, but I wouldn't have gave it to him. I wouldn't have gave it to him.
Would have paid Jaylen Brown first.
Yeah. I feel like that's.
Yeah, I feel.
I feel like
I
just feel like I just don't see it. I feel like he has the skills to be who they paid him to be.
Yeah.
But he can't consistently do it.
And the reason why is like, if you stay in front of him, he gonna chuck it.
Yeah.
And like his midi game needs some work. And I'm a big JT fan.
Yeah,
right.
I like
going into the finals. I wanted him to win the finals MVP, and then I saw that first game, and I was like, "Yeah, that's going to Jaylen Brown."
You called it. You proved me wrong on that one.
If you can stay in front of him, he's just gonna chuck it. If you can make him shoot from the left side of the floor, he's not that efficient, in my opinion.
But it's like when I always say it's like when I can see this thing as a lame watching the game, like we really in essence of it, we're still fans.
Yeah.
When you talking about we're seeing flaws in your game from a fan standpoint, from an analytical standpoint, as a fan, I'm looking at your game and seeing the holes in it, bro. Like them people that do this every day, them people it's clear flaws, but they paid them. So I might be crazy. I might be the one crazy. They might know something.
Yeah.
I might be the one crazy.
Hitman, I got a question for you. So, is there a team you don't like in the NFL? No, that's good because my co-host over here, he don't like one of the teams, and we're gonna talk about CeeDee Lamb holding out for his payday. He's not a Cowboys fan. Now, I was gonna ask you, the dude's holding out for his money. I understand. If you were CeeDee Lamb, are you holding out for your money, or are you going to your OTAs and you practicing and let your agent do the work? You got to like mandatory practices. It's like off-season stuff, off-season training assignments. Nah, you holding out for that money?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I can see him now standing down. He ain't lying.
He's like, he ain't lying. That's what I'm talking about. That's where you get the real here.
Yeah, we ain't going. He wasn't raised like that.
Lucky, what about you?
Bro, like I'm always on the side of the player because the organization will cut you without even paying you. They will Todd Gurley your ass in a second. Right? And then like I pulled up these numbers, right? So let's this is updated. The top 10 highest paid receivers right now. You have Justin Jefferson at 35, AJ at 32, Amon-Ra St. Brown at 30, Tyreek Hill at 30, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith, Nico Collins, DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel, Michael Pittman Jr., Terry McLaurin, Calvin Ridley. CeeDee Lamb is still on his rookie deal, and this man has been the Dallas offense since he stepped in the building. Bro, without question. Now, don't get me wrong. Should they pay Dak? No, because he's still getting paid from that like 2016 when Carson Wentz got paid, right?
And he hasn't done nothing.
With it. Like, in my opinion, first of all, you shouldn't have gotten in this position in the first place. Now you got 3 top-tier players to pay. Pay CeeDee Lamb and bite the bullet, bro. Because I'm going to guarantee you right now, without CD, that offense ain't going nowhere.
No, it ain't. And I agree with you. I think you should pay CD. Regardless, already have like an initial offer to see what it is.
But Jerry Jones ain't going to pay nobody.
No. And then there's rumors talking about, there's wild rumors from like some crazy sports people saying that Jerry's maybe thinking of just selling the team later and just getting done with it and selling the team at the highest price ever sports
let
team,
him sell that team, bro.
To get rid of it. Thinks it's better off to cut his kids a check than leave him a failing.
I don't believe that.
Nah, he got too much pride
I don't
for
think
that,
so either.
Because like, who was Jerry Jones without the Cowboys?
Yeah, that's. I mean, they goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Then real quick, these are CeeDee Lamb's numbers from last season, right? This man had 1,749 yards, 12 touchdowns.
Damn.
Right? And he was second in receiving yards, only behind Tyreek Hill.
True.
So you mean to tell me you ain't got no choice but to pay this man?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Like, the only receiver that had a better season than him was Tyreek. He had a better season than Amon-Ra St. Brown, who just got paid.
And Tyreek paid.
And Tyreek is paid. And he already said, this is my last contract. Like, I'm retiring after this.
Yeah.
Right? And in my opinion, if I'm going to build a prototypical receiver outside of AJ Brown. I'm building a CeeDee Lamb. He can play the slot. He can play the X. He can play the Z. You can put him in the backfield. Hell, he might even be able to throw that bitch.
Creative player.
Like, he is a creative player, bro. And not to mention, like, when he got drafted from by the Dallas Cowboys, he's from Houston. So when he was young, the Texans had a nice squad. And he wanted to wear 10 because he looked up to DeAndre Hopkins. He was forced to wear 88. Now you don't want to pay him. He's not a fan of what's going on with him right now.
Not that slave drive mentality.
Yeah.
It's a culture bear. It might be a culture difference. And then, what about you? Would you go fight? You want to fight over there with Jerry Jones at Jerry's World, where Earl Smith be fighting? You don't want to fight with Jerry in there? Where you like to fight at? Where you don't want to fight?
Ooh, yeah. What's your all-time place?
Madison Square Garden.
Probably with Terrence Crawford or
You want to fight in Omaha?
Shakur Stevenson.
No, but where? Like, I'm talking about like what?
Like you want, like Vegas.
what-
You want to go overseas? You want to go like New York?
I'm talking
You want
about not like,
California? Yeah, like where?
the play like Madison Square Garden,
Yeah,
Caesar's Palace.
Lakers Center,
Las Vegas.
Las
Hey,
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
MGM Grand.
Oh, the
MGM Grand. Yeah, that's
MGM
iconic.
Grand?
Yeah, that's
That
iconic.
comment says, Cowboys worth so much money, they will never lose.
Huh?
Well, they losing this year.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. We'll
How
see.
they ain't gonna lose? Lose what? You gotta be more
They
clear.
ain't gonna never lose no money. I think that's
They ain't never gonna lose no money.
they're not winning no games, but when it comes down to it, like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we ain't never losing no money.
They ain't gonna never lose
Hold
no
up.
money. Oh no.
Schultz said in that interview, bro?
Huh?
Do you remember what Dalton Schultz said in the interview?
Uh-uh.
When they asked him about like what it's like to play in Dallas?
What you say?
He said it's like a circus. You'll be trying to do power cleans and people coming up and tapping on the window like you're
Yeah.
an orangutan or something.
Yeah.
because they do the tours and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. Going from there, you have a specific college you like?
LSU.
LSU.
Hey.
LSU is a good
Don't
school.
sound well
That's a good
rounded.
school. I like that. I like that. I like that. Just because we was talking earlier today, you know, EA 25. It's coming out. They put out a list. Top 25 hardest places to play in college football. The list came out. There's been a lot of controversy on the top 10. I can contest to it as well because there's some I don't like. I understand some reasoning. I understand some stuff. But if that was the case, like we talked about, like we're going to get into it here in a minute, I think some schools, if it was that hard to play there, they'd have better home winning records.
Right.
Right.
So who? I can't wait to see who was on the list. Who's
Here, I
on the
got
list?
you.
Okay,
here.
so
I
yeah,
got you.
he's pull it up. Like who's on it? Who's
Let's
number
see.
one?
So from the
Roll
top
Tide.
down,
Roll Tide. Number one.
No.
See, that's what I said.
No,
that's what I
it's-
said. But okay, so
it's
number
not-
one
it's
is
not.
Texas A&M.
Kyle
number
Fields.
two.
Okay, I can go for
Okay,
that.
look, and I agree. And this is where we're talking off camera, right? Because it's loud.
Yeah.
It's hard to communicate.
Yeah, 11th
Very, and I get that.
12th band.
But it just doesn't always help at the outcome of the game.
So, like-
but it is loud. It's hard to play there. I understand that.
And the more and more I look at the list, I really can't disagree with it too much.
Yeah.
Because like at number one, you have Kyle Field, at Texas A&M.
100,000 plus.
Is Alabama, 3 LSU, 4 Ohio State. The horseshoe is impossible to play at.
It's
number
tough.
5 is Georgia, 6 is Penn State.
Penn
then
State's hard.
Wisconsin,
A whiteout game.
Oklahoma, Florida State, Florida, Oregon, Clemson, Tennessee. My personal favorite, Auburn. I'm an Auburn fan. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Then
nah.
South Carolina, Michigan, Virginia Tech, Utah, Texas, Iowa, and then Notre Dame.
Woo! Why they got Texas way down there? It's easy to play in Texas or what?
Bro, Texas ain't
It's
been
a
hot.
party, but it's
Honestly,
still it's a
since
party.
since old boy left,
Vince Young.
no, not Vince Young, Mac Brown. Since
Mac
Mac Brown
Brown.
left, it hasn't
Since
been
it was
that
North
hard
Carolina?
in Texas. Like you got to remember,
But
like,
it don't matter.
I feel like-
Auburn be trash, and it's still
See,
hard
'cause,
for
like,
Alabama to play in
I'll tell you right
Auburn.
now,
That's personal,
If Ken
though.
was back in here, he'd be complete telling like, no, it's loud over there at Jetty Stadium and all that. It is loud
They
to
made
play
the
in there.
list. They made the list.
They made the,
It's
and
loud.
I'm saying
You think they in the right spot?
I think it's a hard place to play.
I think
it,
that
it,
move to the
ain't,
SEC
it,
will help.
ain't it ain't no cupcake.
No. But the only thing I would put Alabama or Georgia number one. That's the only
that
thing
list
I would
seems
change.
kind of legit though.
Yeah,
Did
that-
Mi- did
like,
Miami-
I can't really
did
disagree
Miami
with it.
make the
Look,
list?
All I know is,
Miami
you know what, you're right. You're right.
is-
That number one,
Let's see.
didn't
No,
make it.
Miami
That's
did
how
not
we
make
do
the
it.
list.
Virginia.
Virginia Tech made the list.
Okay.
I thought that Clemson would be a little higher. Death Valley's hard to play
for
in.
real,
Yeah.
right? That should have been higher,
trying to think.
but not really
USC is
because
not on there.
And then ain't nobody worried about USC.
I'm just
California, boy, that's soft. The West Coast is soft. Now, let me
Boise
stop saying
State.
that.
You about to get a diss
Boy-
track.
The West Coast is
Boise
soft.
State.
Nah, I'm bullshit. Let me
Yeah,
stop
Boise
saying
State's
that.
on the list.
Boise State's on the list.
It's
Yeah.
hard to play. That's
That's
West Coast.
hard to play,
That's West
bro.
Coast.
Especially
They got
when
Utah
they had,
on there too, right?
Yeah, Utah's
Yeah, that's
on
what I
there.
was thinking. I was like,
Like when Boise had freaking Chris Patterson as the coach and Kellen Moore as the
you
quarterback,
know what?
they were possible
they
to
don't
beat on
have.
that
Did they
turf.
have was Michigan on there?
Yeah, Michigan's on there.
for sure.
That'd be a hard place to play in the cold. There in
Michigan's
Ohio
hard.
State.
The Big House is hard to play at in general.
No, you
Ohio
ain't
State.
lying.
Yeah, Ohio
State's
State.
4.
Penn State.
Penn State. Like
Man.
the list is legit. I
Yeah,
don't
list
got a problem
legit.
with it.
The list legit.
The only one that I would say would probably be Iowa, but that's you. You don't want to go out there and play with them white boys like that.
It might be. It might be like just. It might be a whole. Ain't no telling what's going on in Iowa or
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Facts. Nebraska either.
Yeah.
There was a.
Bless you.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Thank you. This came out a couple days ago. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sold his 4 championship rings, his trophies, all his sports memorabilia for $2.8 million, with the proceeds going to a youth education program.
It sounds like something Kareem would do.
Well, I mean, hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he feeling like. I guess his thinking is that those items are just sit and won't add any value to humanity.
Facts.
And education, education and whatever that add value to. That's a real legacy living on. Like
Yeah.
if you're able to provide knowledge, information, a better way of life for the future, then I can see where he was.
I mean, at the same time, he got
But I
paid.
still-
he still got paid $2.8 million.
Yeah,
He gave it away.
I think he gave it away.
He did. He and Jamarcus Russell.
yeah, he
Oh my God!
get,
My bad.
but hey,
Hey,
he
there's
gave it away.
74,000 reasons wrong with that one. No, but I thought it was really cool. I feel like that is something he would do. And he probably, like you said, I feel like, man, he just grew out of it. I don't need it. Give it away, in the sense of the fact that other people are going to benefit from the history and the knowledge.
They better benefit. They better do something, because if he gave it away and then all them people drop out and end up with a bunch of student loan debt, then or just flunk out.
Yeah. And let's be honest, like,
People, I mean, that education. I got a whole thing about education, but we ain't
me
gonna
and my
go
brother
there.
always be going off about education. But like for Kareem, this is why I see it, man. Like certain players on rosters, like they need that ring to show off in public, right? Like, bro, look, I got my freaking Captain Planet ring on right now,
Right.
Yeah.
But there's some players where you're like, that is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, like,
Yeah.
and then, like, when people doing that, you gotta think your ring. Who gonna see it? Your peers amongst you.
Yeah.
Everybody Kareem grew up with dead.
Yeah,
Facts.
very true.
I don't know about everybody, but I mean,
But you know what I mean? Like
imagine
most
though,
of them, you get into that age where like
Yeah.
you're losing friends.
yeah, ain't
Yeah.
nobody even show your ring to or talk about them stories no more.
Yeah, you ain't lying. But I thought it was a unique thing that just came up. Real last quick thing: Kimball Walker retired. He's done. To be honest, a little bit I kind of forgot he was even playing in the league.
Wasn't he overseas like the last couple of years?
He's
He's been out of the league.
I mean, he was so I don't know, but now he's retired. I literally forgot about him. But hearing about his retirement today made me think of the UConn step back, where I've always known him from in college, and he always had a mean step back. He had a good crossover. He was a great player, but no, he retired today, and that was it. And I just thought it was something to mention, to put out there. But at the end of the day, Hitman, I appreciate you for coming down to the Ridin High Sports Podcast, giving us your time and effort after you've already been at the gym working hard because you got a big fight coming up this weekend. I wish you all the best of luck. I know you coming back home with another 8 belt. When you come back home, man, make sure you take a picture and send it to us so we can post it for you. Lucky, man, what do you got to say?
Just go follow me on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Lucky Lamar. That's it. That's all we got.
Arson,
And good luck.
I know you got some music out. I know you got some things going on, man. What you want the people to know real quick?
Oh man, we got I got the Biddy Nights out right now. I'm working on the Crimson Rain 2. It's supposed to drop, and then I got my new artist, female artist, Mika Period. She just released a new single, hot single, getting a lot of traction. So y'all go tap into that. Everything's on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
You can also get some Hitman merch if you can follow him on Hitman_Holcombe.
Yeah.
He got the hats going right now, donation-based hats, all $20 and up, get you a hat, just for the donations. And everybody that donated to us and it contributed to us going to Houston, we appreciate all that help from everybody. Shout out LV Boxing Gym.
Yeah, y'all plug in with them.
Shout out everybody that's on the green team, man. If you got to think if you was on the team, you probably ain't. That's how that go. That's how that go. Yeah, look, it ain't my fault. It's the King's fault.
Reddick didn't draft you.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
gotta say, Hitman.
What you got to say here, man? What you got, man? Tell the people what you want to tell them.
Shout out to my mom, Mika Period.
Hey.
And shout out to my dad in LV Boxing Club. And follow me at Hitman_Holcombe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow that, man. You know what it is. It's your boy Can2. Make sure you follow me at Can2MF on Instagram or Can2MF on TikTok. It's
Hector G.
hell yeah. Shout out to Hector G. Don't forget DJ Little King in the background. This is the Ridin High Podcast. Sports coming live from Ridin High Podcast Studios. Your boy Can2. If I can, you can too. Shout out to him, man. Thank you for coming
real.
through, Arson. Lucky.
Somebody go hit the button at the
Somebody in the back. We're gonna be. This is why we got fired, Gary.
Yeah.
But make sure you hit him up. Get him a donation. Get him to Houston. Support him. Get the hat. You
Yeah.
know he's coming back with a belt. He's gonna represent the 361, and we out.
For real. Cut.
You know, we falling apart. Yeah, we come back.